Hi viewers, welcome back to my channel. What you see on the screen is the signature of optional class present in java.util package. I repeat, java.util package. Now let's understand the signature of this optional class. Okay, you might be wondering what is this T, what is this final, what is this public. Okay, so first of all, what why this optional class is designed as public. Okay, to access the optional class from anywhere from any package in the application, the optional class is designed as public. And the next one is final. Okay, why it is final is because the main purpose of final is it cannot be inherited. The Java designers wanted the optional class to have a fixed and predictable behavior, and that is why it is final. Okay, and now you might be wondering what is this T. This T represents optional class as a generic class. A generic class means it can hold any type of value. Okay, let's see what are all the values this generic class can hold. Yes, see, the T can be any type, like a user defined type, like employee class. It can be a string, it can be an integer, or it can be anything, etc., etc. Okay, now till now we have seen what is optional class. Now let's see how we can use this optional class. Okay, I've already written some predefined code, but before we get into the explanation of this, let me show you the source code of optional class. I already told you, right? Optional class is present in util package. Now you can see here the statement java.util.optional. Now I'm going inside the implementation of optional class. You can find the source code. Okay, first thing you can see package java.util. Okay, inside this package java.util you can find the optional class public final class. Okay, this is the source code inside the final class where you have all different kinds of methods present in optional class. Okay, now let's get back to our how to use optional class. See here, the main code is new string of vijay.length. That is, we are creating a string of value, and on top of that we are calling the length method. Okay, this will give some value, that is the length of the string. Okay, now why we are using this optional.of? Optional.of means creating the object for optional class. Okay, now the value which is coming from this new string dot length, we are storing it inside the optional object. That is why optional dot off is written. Now after storing this inside the optional object, we are assigning it to a variable of type optional. Okay, now just like this optional dot off method for creating object, there is one more method. Actually, there is one more method of nullable. Okay, this is one more method for creating object for optional class. What is the difference? Okay, what is the difference between these two methods? That is off and off nullable. Okay, off nullable method should be should be used in case of null value. Okay, that means a value may be a null value. From the input we may get a null value, there is a chance, right? So in that case we cannot use optional dot off method for creating object for optional class. We should go for off nullable method. Okay, see, now we will have a scenario. Some input is coming from the input, that is a string input. Okay, so let's create a string variable, and that variable name is input. Okay, and now this input is coming from the scanner. Okay, let's define a scanner object. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner. Okay, system dot in. Okay, we have successfully created a scanner object sc dot next method. Okay, whatever we type from the console, this will be picked with the help of next method. Okay, it should be capital S. Okay, sc dot next. Now we will be able to collect the input from scanner inside this input variable. Okay, now let's create optional object. Okay, optional, our value is of type string, right? Let's name the variable as demo1 equal to optional dot of nullable. Okay, now since there is a chance of null value, we are creating optional object with the help of nullable method. Okay, now inside this of nullable method, we need to pass one parameter. Okay, that can be any type. We already have one variable, right? Input. This we will pass here. Okay, done. That's it. Now in case of the input having null value, an empty optional will be created. Okay, otherwise if this input has some value, that value will be present inside the optional class object. That's it. Till now we have seen what is optional class and how to use optional class in detail. Now the main question which is left is why optional? It is because to avoid null pointer exception. We will see in detail how to avoid null pointer exception with the help of optional class. Okay, let's see that in the next video. Goodbye. If you find this helpful, subscribe to Java Spring Vault